everyone. Look, I know that I was supposed to do memes today, but chat, this big cutie here decided that she had some time to actually sit down with me and talk about everything that's going on. So everybody say hi to Lola. Hi Lola, how are you, cutie?
I'm thriving. Twitter's crazy, but I'm doing my best.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Guys, I am so thankful. I'm so thankful for you, Lola, that you had the time today and you're willing to come and actually sit down with me. Thank you so much. I know that I know that you've had a time, girl, like everything going on over on Twitter. So I'm so glad we could just sit down and just kind of clear the air and just talk about everything that's going on. But before we get into that, how are you, sweetheart? It's so good to have you. Thank you for being here.
I'm just happy to be here. I'm really hoping I can, fix this to the best as I can and make the hate stop. Because, obviously,
Yeah.
I agree with some of the things people are saying. Like, we have way too many similarities, and I should have noticed that sooner.
Yeah, no. It's totally okay, sweetheart. Like, we're gonna dive into everything that is going on. Guys, thank you for the bits, and of course the subs as well. So guys, Lola, I don't know if you want to maybe explain what's going on. Now guys, this is the first time that we're doing actually a live interview about drama that's been going on the VTuber community. So I want to make sure that I point you to my pin post. You better stay respectful or you're out of here, all right? So nobody deserves any kind of hate. But I don't know if you want to go for it, Lola. I don't mind explaining what's going on. It's totally up to you, cutie.
Honestly, to explain it quickly, basically I'm being compared to Shylily for having too many similarities. And the current thing that's going on is I'm getting my accent and my voice compared to her. Which I'm aware I'm not German. I just have a lot of family from there, and I have been going there quite a lot of my life,
right.
and I've picked it up. Which
right.
I don't get why that's
so you're from the UK, right? I think that's what you told me, right?
Mm-hmm,
you're from the UK, and so people were allegedly saying that you were copying Shylily's accent. Is that correct?
Yes, there's a thread about it. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I did. I think we're gonna take a look at it here a bit later if that's okay. But
yeah,
guys, just to kind of nutshell it, and I know that Lola explained it pretty well. By the way, Chad, is the music okay? I want to make sure it's turned down enough so you can hear her. But the thing that shocked me the most is people were comparing you.
Haunted
thank you for the 300. Oh God, you've activated
Marianne,
BB.
Too silent in a row.
Have you met my fairy, Lola?
Keep up the thrilling commentary.
Not.
Oh my God, here, let me pull him out. Yeah, let me see. Here's Vivi. He's a big degenerate. Don't listen to him. Just ignore him, all right?
It's actually
he's
really
a big jerk. He's a big jerk.
Love that.
Just ignore him. Yeah, don't pay him any attention, all right? He's literally a big jerk. Go back to the shadow realm. Yeah, exactly. Shut up, DJ Fairy. Like, guys, basically what's happening to Lola here is she is receiving death threats over her comparison to Shylily and her design. And a lot of other aspects. People are actually literally, chat, sending this poor girl death threats over stuff like this. Absolutely unacceptable, in my opinion. How are you dealing with all of this, Lola?
Well, recently I've just kind of, probably not the best idea, but I've just stopped opening notifications and, I've switched DMs off, which obviously that is a huge help. Not having, the actual opinion or option. What the fuck? I can't speak.
You're fine.
I'm sorry. I'm so nervous. There's so much people.
Oh my God. No worries, sweetie. They
don't have the
100%.
option to, DM me those kind of threats. It's a shame though, because I was getting a lot of really sweet messages, but it's ultimately I'd rather not have the chance to see those kind of messages.
You're right, exactly. And nobody deserves those types of things. And I love what a chatter said. Death threats are warranted, but criticism I think is something that's
Yeah.
always warranted. And I think Lola is going to address here in a bit that she is 100% open to the criticism. So, um, if you're just tuning in, guys, welcome in. So, today we're here with Smol Lola, who is undergoing quite a lot of controversy about her design. So, Lola was nice enough just to come say hi on the stream for a little bit, just kind of talk about some of the posts and the harassment that she's receiving, and just kind of clear the air a little bit. So, and just to be clear, this isn't the first time I believe this has happened. Because I've
Yeah.
actually made YouTube videos on this in the past,
It's
for Lola, and I remember when this happened. But I think now it's just reached ahead, and it is. I think it's way too much, personally, how much people are sending this type of unwarranted harassment towards you about things. I think that's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Really, really crazy stuff, chat. So we are gonna dive all into it, but I just want to take a second and thank everybody and welcome everybody in. I'm gonna Lola. Thank you so much for your time. Like, I think it's very brave of you to come, like on an interview and on a stream and just like talk about this. But honestly, I think it's such a good way just to kind of get the information out there and just address it with everybody and clear the air. So I think that's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Oh my god, absolutely. I can see everybody. They're like, "Oh, you're such a cutie."
Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of criticism going around. So I don't get why people are so invested in VTuber design. Lucy, I think that I think when it comes to like a bigger VTuber, I think a lot of people just kind of want to attack people, right? Like, fan bases in the VTuber community are very, very rabid. It's very tough sometimes to have an open conversation when it comes to a big VTuber. But it was funny enough because Smol Lola and I, we were talking, of course, before stream, like kind of just talking about how the show was going to go. We were actually talking about Shylily because I love Shylily. Like, I watch her streams, like she follows me on Twitter. Like, I love Shylily, but I actually did not know what Lola said about Shylily. So did you want to tell what you told me, which is a huge surprise?
Never interacted with one of Shylily's streams before. I've never joined in on one. I have never seen like a clip. I think I might have saw one on TikTok a while back of her. I think she has a new model now, yeah. So I saw one quite a year ago, maybe even. But it's I don't like know her like some people think I do. I think she has a beautiful design, and I, of course, as you guys can obviously see, I took inspiration from that. Clearly took
Right.
inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's pretty crazy that you've never seen one of her streams, and then all of this comparison comes in. Marmage, thank you for saying that. So, if you are comfortable with it, Lola, and by the way, chat, Lola is free to leave whenever she wants. We're gonna talk about this stuff, and when she's ready to go, she's ready to go. So, please
Yeah.
don't press the matter at all. But if you are comfortable with it, Lola, I would like to go ahead and just kind of talk about some of the stuff that
Yeah.
people are saying, and maybe we can talk about some of the accusations. Are you comfortable with that? Is that okay?
Of course, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go over to what Marmaid said because I think it's a good kind of like bubble of everything that's going on, and then maybe we can dive into the post. So Marmaid, of course, says harassment is never okay. Absolutely, claps for that. It's possible to deny. Immense amount of evidence that Lola has doubled down on, increasing the similarities rather than moving away from them. I don't think everybody is mad because of the similarities. A lot of people are mad because the words and actions don't line up. They speak to the opposite. So I think Marmaid just talking about maybe from model 1.0 to 2.0, the similarities kind of increase. So what do you have to say to that?
Hello.
Honestly, yeah, I see a lot of similarities as well. And I think it's okay to have similarities. I think what's not okay is the amount of similarities we have. I think I didn't really look into properly how many we have and be like, oh, this could be controversial. I think I was just like, oh, I look pretty, she looks pretty, I'm happy.
Right, exactly. I completely get what you're saying, and thank you for the pointing. I appreciate that. Thank you, chat. So, I thank you for clearing that up as well. So, I did find it interesting. You said that you never, watched a stream of hers, so I could kind of see why maybe you might have missed that. So
Yeah.
I do kind of see the disconnect where that happened. So, so one thing I wanted to dive into, what Poppy Demon actually just addressed. So, there was a recent post going around. I'm actually gonna pull this up right here in the background, if that's okay. Which is talking about your accent. You actually changing your accent, which is apparently fake. So please tell me, how do you feel about this accusation? Because I'm gonna be real, like listening to you talk, for sitting in a chat, just kind of talking to you. I think you just sound very similar to, like you have that almost kind of like German, a little bit of that accent.
Yeah.
But again, like, please feel free to address the allegation.
Right. This person was actually a former friend of mine.
Gotcha.
So seeing it in the first place was very much flabbergasting. It flabbered my gasters, and I was very confused.
Flabbered my gasters.
It flabbered my gasters, and I was like, oh, okay.
My gasters.
I have, anyways, I can see why people are saying maybe it's faked, because yeah, I am not from Germany. I just have a really funky accent.
Right, right.
I don't speak German, by the way. Sorry, I just saw a message in the chat. I don't speak German.
Please. Yeah, look, this is your spotlight. Like, you do whatever you want. Like, you can read chat. Like, we are here, of course, for you today. So, you said you're from the UK, but you visit Germany regularly, right?
In my childhood, I used to go there like more than like probably like 5 times a year, and I have cousins from there who I talk to like on call and stuff, like daily, or often enough to have like I don't know what the word is, like just taken in that kind of accent. And it's not like it's something on purpose, it's just like it happens. Like throughout the years I've been around so many people with accents that I've just taken it in. Like, I have family members from fucking Spain, America, Scotland, England, Ireland, Germany, literally everywhere, bro. So I've just like taken in that accent from the places I've been the most, like the UK, obviously, since I lived there, and Germany, since that's probably like the place I've been the most.
Sure, absolutely. So I did want to point out something that I think was kind of like here in this here in a clip. Is it kind of sounded like your maybe your voice or your accent changed? I know sometimes like when some of us stream, we kind of like we kind of throw a little bit of something on. So what do you make of that? Is it just something? Would you chalk it up to nerves? Would you just say that you were kind of exploring stuff? Like what would you say?
When I first started streaming, because I can see the clip, I had a very cheap microphone, which really played around with my accent and my voice, like overall, like it made it sound so different. I had a friend come in once and be like, "Oh, I thought you were this person." I was like, "Oh, hi, like yeah, no, I do know you." My mic is just cheap as fuck, so I sound weird. But not only that, when I first started streaming, I was very nervous and I had no idea what I was doing. So I was like, trying to put on a higher pitched voice, which I think played around with, played with my accent a little. But I feel like a lot of streamers, I don't know if everyone does that, but I've seen a lot of streamers put on a higher pitched voice. Like, let me think, Chibidoki maybe? She has a really cute high pitched voice. And I thought, oh, I must have to have that kind of high voice as well. So I tried my best, and obviously it just doesn't work. I've stopped doing that, and I just speak normal. honestly, now I think the last stream, because in the video, I think I took that of my TikTok.
Right.
I don't know.
The difference between your 1.0 and 2.0. Right.
Yeah. So at my 1.0, obviously, yeah, higher pitched voice, that was completely forced. It played with how I sounded. Now I have a more, like, I speak naturally. I don't, like, force it to be higher or lower. I just speak normally.
Gotcha. I will say I know what people are saying in chat, and thank you for pointing it out. I don't really think a microphone would mess with your accent, right? Like, but
yeah,
I can't say that.
It just made me sound weird.
I would say that maybe like pitching up your voice or trying to sound a certain way would obviously do that. So I do appreciate your answer and thank you for that. So because I even know, like, for me, right, like I did used to kind of change a little bit of the way that I spoke when I was pitching up my voice. Obviously, now that I'm back to like my normal voice, I speak just regularly. So I could kind of see where you're coming from a little bit. So what would you say overall about the whole accent debate? Like, well, if you had to put it in a nutshell, just for everybody to hear, what would you say to anybody that has that argument against you?
I think it's a fair thing to compare the way I used to sound to the way I sound now, because I agree, I was completely forcing my voice back then. And it's not something I'm afraid to admit. Like, I was forcing it to sound different and to sound more high-pitched. And I don't know if that's, like, wrong, but I did that. I've stopped doing that now. And I am just speaking normally. If you think I'm trying to copy an accent, I overall think that's a little funky, because why? I've had people say, oh, you're just faking it, but no, and they're like, you can't have an accent if you're not from somewhere, but that is completely false. Like, I know tons of people from many places, and I have talked to them often enough to take in the accents. It's a normal thing. It happens a lot to have a strange accent. It's not like saying like just I have it. It's something a lot of people have.
Sure, it's kind of like speech patterns or any type of like communication. Like, for instance, I know that my friend Hydra, she has like these catchphrases, and every time she says it, I realize that I started adopting that into my own like vocabulary. So
yes,
I can't say that I'm like an expert that I know for sure if that works with accents, but I'd be willing to believe it. And if there's an expert that wants to prove me wrong, that's totally fine. So I want to point to what Tomato Master asked. And by the way, chat, please don't be rude. I understand that Smol Lola is taking the time to come and to talk about this. This isn't about clout. This isn't about anything like that. This is for her opportunity to talk about what's going on and for her to give you the reasons. If you want to agree with it, awesome. If you don't want to agree with it, that's great too. This is for her to make her statement, and that's it, guys. Like, there's no reason to be mean about it. So I do want to point to a question that Pomato said. And Pomato Master is we love Pomato Master around here. So she said, so I have a question. Looking at some of your old posts, when this current model was being designed, the artist made changes to make the model look less like Shylily, different eye shape, different hair. Why were those changes removed in the final product?
They mean like my 1.0 had different eyes?
I think from like I think you're talking about maybe about the sketches, the 2.0. Is that what you're saying, Pomato? I did reach out to the artist, but unfortunately
go into my DMs and show you the actual photo I sent her to take inspiration from for the eyes.
That would be awesome. Thank you.
It was actually a fellow C VTuber. I can't remember her name, but I should be able to find the DM because she has 2 accounts. I'm not sure what one she used for that one in particular. But if you can yap while I take a second to try to find it.
You're fine.
Because I can't find it.
I think that's a good point, Emmy. Like, I kind of do want to hear from the artist, but I do understand that, she may not be willing to talk or she has stuff going on. So,
She has
I
a
don't really
lot
think
going on
that.
right now, and like as
Right.
she's having a really hard time. I know people don't like me, which is okay, but please, for love of God, do not hate on my artist. She has done nothing wrong, and she's
Right.
such
I
a
agree.
sweetheart.
Yeah. And please don't go after the artist right now, chat. We'll wait on this picture from her because I do think that that is obviously important to the argument. But I do want to point out, which was something that I found very
There,
I
that's
found it was
the
good, right?
direct image from my DMs of what I used for the eye inspiration. I'm so sorry. I think her name's like Mary or something. I'll try find her username so we can obviously give her credit where it's due.
Gotcha. So this
Uh,
is the face you were saying was the reference for your model that you sent to
yes,
the
that's the
artist.
eyes. Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's her username. I found it.
Mariko,
Uh-huh.
Sky Daddy. Got
Yeah,
you. Thank
I
you for
actually
that.
love her model. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Lola doesn't really deserve the stress. VTuber inspiration isn't something that should be reserved to one person. I think more the argument that everybody's making, what you're kind of talking about is it's not just like really like a design thing. There's kind of some other things that people are talking about that go along with it. But again, Lola's here to explain all of that. So, one thing that you tweeted out a few days ago, actually 2 days ago, you said, I'm sorry, I
Is
haven't
my tail
replied.
getting in the way? I can't.
Oh my god, no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
This is so big.
Yeah, I can definitely read it off. So, you said that you understand where people are coming from. You and Shylily have some similarities. It's not a bad thing. People are allowed to be similar. Doesn't mean they're a copycat or whatever. I love my design. I think Lily has a beautiful design too. But I see mine as a direct ripoff for hers as false and frankly rude to both me and my amazing art mama. But chat, how do y'all feel about that? Yeah, Gray's right. He's used to two other things getting in the way on this stream constantly.
I wonder what
Yeah.
those could be.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, no idea at all. No idea at all. So thank you for addressing this particular one about the accent stuff. So I kind of want to go back and look at maybe some of the other posts. And maybe you can kind of tell us how you feel about it. Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
Thank you so much. It's cool to get an opportunity to talk about it. It's also possible to lie. Absolutely, Mara Mage. I think that it's good to talk about it and get it out there, right? Like we're having a discussion, and then you can do whatever you want with that information, right? Like I think always my thing that I love about my community and everybody here is that we're always willing to have a discussion, right? Like we're okay with talking about this, and then at the end of the day, if we don't agree, that is okay. We can shake hands and go, that's fine that you feel different, because we invite different opinions in my space. We love to have discussions. So I absolutely love that about everything that we do here. So like even Maro, like let's say that I'm like, oh Maro, I hate skeletons. Like, I can still be like, well, but I like you, Maros, and we can shake hands and walk away, right? So let's go take a look at some of the posts here. And I know the one that I really wanted to talk about, of course, was one that was going around, which actually started a trend on Twitter. So you actually started a trend if you don't know.
I do. I was so spooked out when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the trend was happening. So here was the post, of course, about the silhouette similarity. Ibika, thank you so much for 3 months, cutie. So how do you feel about this whole silhouette comparison?
I think they're absolutely right. And a lot of people are probably going to be like confused as to why I'm agreeing. I think I definitely could have made some more distinctive changes. And before people say, yes, I am getting a new outfit and a new hair, since that is something a lot of people have been bringing up, I don't want to say like exactly what I'm getting, because obviously that kind of takes away from the surprise of it. But
Right,
I am
absolutely.
changing my design, I am adding things, I am removing things. I'm trying to become as unique as possible without removing the things that make me me and make me happy.
Gotcha. And that certainly makes sense. I think that looking at the silhouette, like from the outside in, right? Like
Yeah, I can agree. You literally can't tell the difference without the fins.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday on
wrong.
stream, and I think his criticism is valid. And it's great to hear that you are, like Billy said, like altering your design in a healthy manner, but also you're receptive to the criticism. I don't think a lot of people really like acknowledge that sometimes with people where they admit they were wrong or take a criticism, right? I think that's really important to do. So I'm really glad that you are doing that. And I love what Apollo from Mythos actually put out. Tech Daddy, thank you so much for the tier 1 cutie. She even said, I want to help Smol Lola out with her design. You know, this is what she cooked up. And honestly, just putting your tail down completely makes your stuff stand out, like in a much better way. Yeah, this looks really great. I love this design choice, and big shout out to Apollo for doing this. This is really nice. One thing that I think a lot of people aren't talking about is like, you know, like, yeah, the silhouette is just one part of your model, but you know, it is important. Like this artist said, it is something that you always want to consider. So
I didn't look into that before, so I really should have, and that's my fault.
No, like I'll tell you, I really did not look into my silhouette until I started my actual goth model. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I completely get you. Like it's a learning process sometimes when it comes to certain stuff. So one thing that I want to ask you about is actually specific to your conversations with your artists. Is that okay if we talk about that?
Of course.
I think it's a really big conversation point that nobody's really touching on, and it really encompasses a lot. Bimton says, I just don't get how you can be harassed for having design similarities with your first model and end up even more similarities with your second model. It can be accidental at that point. You have to be making a conscious choice, and the benefit of the doubt can be given. So, what were you using when you were actually having a discussion with your artist? What were you using as a lot of your inspiration pieces behind your model?
I actually had, like, I worked on a design with another artist. I asked before if I would be allowed to show the thing on stream, and she unfortunately said no, which I'm not sure why.
Gotcha.
But it's like, I don't really have... I could try find one from, like, the sketches at first, but... I can show you the photos and messages with my artist of like where I got references. Like for my tail, I absolutely took inspiration from Shylily. I think her tail is so cute. It's heel big, and I love the shape of it. And ultimately, yeah, I took inspiration from that. For the ears, a lot of people bring up, I didn't design that on my own. My first model, my 1.0, I did not design that. It was an adopt, so I didn't get to change or choose any of the things on it. I just had it. And gotcha. I think I wanted to keep some of the, like, obviously you can see similarities in my 2.0 and my 1.0, like the big ears, the hairstyle, let me think, the fins, the markings.
Yeah, and anything that you are comfortable showing, you know, this is your platform to do so. So,
yeah,
some other things that I wanted to talk about. Please go ahead. I'm so sorry. I don't want to speak up for you. The Discord delay gets me sometimes.
It's okay. No, I was just saying, I can try find some like images I've used as references.
That would be great if you're okay with sharing that.
Of course.
So I did kind of want to move over the conversation to some other things that was kind of, some people were questioning. So there were two things in particular. So number one was your catchphrase. I think it's swamp.
Yes, wait.
Of course, people were comparing it to
Evertuber
womp
says,
womp.
Yes,
that 3 blanks in a row.
Wait, it's
Are
like,
you even trying
swamp
to contribute?
Is just swim,
your silence speaks
with an O.
volumes.
I wasn't trying to, like, you know, be creative or be a Shylily or, you know, make it a catchphrase. I just posted a photo of a dolphin swimming and captioned it swam. And then it kind of just slowly became a thing. And you know what? I think it's super cute. I have it on my necklace because I think it's a really cute thing that's like, you know, it's stuck with me and I think that's beautiful. But obviously it's not like a catchphrase. It's just like it's just something that happens, and I'm not gonna be on stream and be like, oh my god, Swamp. I'll just... It's just something that happened, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Gotcha. And I think somebody I didn't know this, so thank you for saying. Apparently you used to have like an older
I did see that. I can agree. Lupa, I don't remember it exactly. It was like more just a cute little silly thing, but yes, for those ones I was like, oh, that's cute. Shylily has a little catchphrase that could be really helpful on, you know, making myself stand out amongst other VTubers. Clearly not,
right?
Now that I look back. That was fucking stupid, and it's obviously only made me look similar to her. But the Swamp one is different. It's not a thing. I never tried to make it a thing, and it's just a silly thing I said without trying to make it into a catchphrase.
Gotcha. So, are you familiar? You're familiar with the Womp Womp, right? Like you've heard it before?
Of course, yeah. I see her posts on my Twitter, which is I see a lot of people being like, you've never seen a video or whatever. I have seen videos. I've just seen like not a huge amount. I don't follow her anywhere because, well, I think I was following her before, but then when I got like cancelled, I was like, oh, I'm kind of scared of her now, which is not very smart. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
So just to clarify, you said like you've seen pictures, you've seen clips, but you don't actively like go and watch her streams. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I haven't. That would be insane. She's too famous to not know. But I've never like seen a proper video of her or anything like that.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up. I appreciate it. So I know we talked about the Swam, which was one thing that people were comparing. Obviously, there was the accent as well. Do you feel like there's anything that is being compared right now that's like unfair? Like, what do you feel like is something that you know, just isn't okay that people are comparing you to Shylily?
No, honestly, I completely agree. There is a lot of things about me and my model that are way too similar to Shylily, and I will be changing them. The only thing I don't think is fair is the accent, because that's stupid, but pretty much everything else.
If your accent is legitimate, that's not something you can control. I mean, I guess you could kind of hide it or maybe like enunciate it more. I don't know. I'm not an accent expert, so somebody that's a speech expert, maybe you can speak up. But yeah, for me, like I'm not an expert on that. I don't really have an accent, so it's kind of hard for me to say. I do know that my partner, you know, she's German. She can kind of play it on thick or kind of, you know, pull it back if she wants to.
Yeah.
So, since Sister says if you don't speak German fluently, it's a bit weird to have a German accent if you're British. And I think you said that you've kind of visited a lot of places. You're around your family who kind of has that accent. So, is that kind of how you want to address that?
That is what I like. I've grown up around so much fucking German people to the point where I've just like adapted that kind of accent, and you know, that is normal. That is not like something that's only happened to me. That is a very, you know, regular thing. People take on accents, people learn to like, you know, get them because they've spoken to a lot of people that have the accents, or they've been to that place specifically a lot. It's not like, you know, I just one day I was like, oh, I'm German. I was just like over time. It's like it's just like slowly.
Yeah,
it's just
started German.
Coming in.
Listen to Rammstein. I'm now German. Confirmed. So, let me ask you. I know that you've had a lot of criticism coming your way, right? So, how have you kind of dealt with that criticism?
To be honest, I've been doing it wrong. I've been really avoiding opening notifications, messages, all of that, which I can probably see is not a great idea. Because I've just like avoided answering them, but it's been a little hard like seeing so many posts, so many people talk shit about me. But
I know that's difficult. Yeah, I know that's very difficult.
Yeah, but I am still going. I'm still going strong. If someone doesn't like me, that is completely okay. I understand you know, a lot of drama and all that kind of stuff, it can affect how much you like someone. And
Absolutely.
I think that's okay. It's okay to not like me. It's not okay to threaten me. That's something I'm gonna stand by.
No, I think we all agree. And by the way, I'm gonna just take a quick break. Chat, hi, it's good to see all of you. Please do not. I don't want to see any kind of crazy spiciness in my chat. If you don't keep it respectful, you will be timed down. You will be out of here. So, guys, even if you, hi, Rima, even if you don't agree with anything, guys, like, you don't need to take it out in chat, all right? If you want to have a respectful discussion, this is the place for that. But if you're just gonna be cruel, my mods will throw hands, literally. So, we're here to let Lola say what she has to say, and that's it. Please be respectful, guys. Come on, this isn't Twitter. I think all of us as VTubers know this isn't Twitter, and know we can be better than Twitter. Come on, guys. So I do want to kind of weigh in, if that's all right. Is that okay if I weigh in about this?
Yeah.
So I do think that what you said is really correct. I do think that there's a certain point where it's good to ignore stuff because, trust me, hate is going to come your way. Whatever you do, sweetheart, it happens. I do think that blocking people that are giving you criticism maybe is always the best way to go about it, because it's going to frame you in a bad light, right? But I'm glad
I think I was just like going through my comments. And I was like, oh my god, I'll just block everyone who's being relatively mean because I'm so tired of it. But that was definitely the wrong way to go, and I can see that now.
Lola is Lola and Lily is Lily. I saw a few streams of you, Lola, and you're fun to watch. You two have some parts that look alike, but that's about it. Keep it up. Thanks
for sharing that, Belfry. Sounds like a series of unfortunate coincidences to me. Well, again, that's why she's here. She's talking about it, and we're having a discussion about it. So, and I think it's important what you said is like, you know, everything aside, right? Like, if some people don't like me and they don't want to watch me anymore, that's fine. Like, I'm not catered to everybody, and that is okay. I do think that it is important to acknowledge that. I think it's also important to acknowledge that, you know, hey, like, you're looking at the stuff that's going on, and you're at least like acknowledging that I probably need to make a little bit of a change, because some of this stuff is not seen in the best light. And I do at least appreciate that from you, that you are sharing that with all of us today. Which is great. So let's go take a look. There were some other posts that I had I'll put over to the side. So, and thank you, Laura, for being someone who hears out others should be heard out. Look, I don't care if you are the wrongest person in the world. I think that it's important to have a discussion, right? And that's why we should have a platform available, right? Like, regardless of how I feel about Lola or anything like that, like, we should still have an open discussion. So all the information is out there, and others are not speaking for other people. And that's what that's what I really dislike, when people make allegations sometimes that are not allowing the creator to speak what they have to say, right? So here we have a post here. This one says, you can't see or tell me from the silhouette to the voice I put on stream, down to the swamps on this person and trying to copy everything about another VTuber. Maybe that's a shout. Familiarity is what people enjoy, but just be honest about it. So do you feel like you haven't ever been honest in the past, that you've had some similarity? Do you feel like that's something that hasn't been transparent? What do you feel about this statement?
I feel like in the past, I definitely wasn't very open about taking inspiration. Mostly because I was very worried about that only enhancing it, but it seems... I mean, denying it is probably the worst thing that you can do, and yeah, I can admit that I've made these mistakes, and I have learned to be better.
I think that is fantastic. Again, at the end of the day, guys, I really think that it's important to have this conversation, and I think that it speaks volumes that at least you're like, okay, look, I acknowledge it, and I need to make some changes, instead of just being like, you know, hey, middle finger, screw all you guys, I'm never gonna talk to you again. So yeah, I think that's very mature of you. So thank you for doing that. So I think somebody had a
So I'm going to say this,
let's
and
take a
hopefully
look
this
here at a
comes out
question.
as not hostile.
Okay.
People need to stop trying to be the hero kinda person, as mostly I understand the confusion, but I will support Lola as she came her willing and answers all the questions with truthful intentions. Big vtubers that joined the bandwagon and am disappointed.
It's a conversation. It's open to everybody. So Cheery,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop you right there because I feel like that is inappropriate. So Elara made a video on Lola before saying she's innocent. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a U-turn now. Yeah, Cheery, that was before Lola like changed all of her stuff into the 2.0. That was before a lot of other information was out. So for you to basically say that my opinion is the same from when I made a video from like 3 months ago, that is incorrect. Yeah, that's just blatantly incorrect. So yeah, you shouldn't be taking somebody's video that they made a while ago and be like, oh, like that's their opinion forever. They can't change it. Like, come on, we're better than that. I think that we can acknowledge people can grow and learn and change, right? Like I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too. Like there's all kinds of stuff that I learn all the time too. So and that's quite okay. But don't put words in my mouth. I'm just curious, what's your opinion on design now, Elara? Asking genuinely, absolutely, referee. I'm gonna answer that here in a second because there's another post that I wanted to look at really quick. And then I'll be glad to tell you my opinion. Like, absolutely. So somebody is saying this is insane levels of delusion. Lola's model is a Shylily recolor, please. You don't need to copy other successful VTubers to succeed. Be creative, be yourself. Look, how did you kind of feel about this particular post that was right here? I did feel like this was an interesting post. How did you feel about it?
I thought they were absolutely right. I have way too many similarities, and again, I am getting a new model. Not a new model, sorry. I'm too poor for that shit. A new outfit. And it will be looking different. I think a lot of my design of what people are pointing out is too similar is the tail and the ears, which are two things I really love about my design, but I'm still trying to figure out a way to make that more unique. I'm planning on making my tail like way more fluffy, so it's more like, you know, different from Shylily's. But, you know, I think they are right though. There is way too many similarities, and I am okay with admitting that. Like, I'm going to be changing it, and I think that's a great thing that I am, you know, changing it, and hopefully the people that don't like my design will be happy with these changes.
Gotcha. I appreciate that you shared that with us. Thank you so much. Another thing that I wanted to kind of bring up.
I just hope
I'm
that
gonna wait
you
till
will
this TTS goes
understand
through.
that there are lovely people out there working hard. Don't take advantage of others for bait. Be our best for ourselves and our communities.
Absolutely.
It's okay to be angry about a situation, but don't engage with it and don't send death threats.
Thank you. Like, I'm gonna say it again because I feel like we're not saying this enough. But like, if you disagree or if you agree, like that is okay, right? Like, you know, I think before we got on today, Lola and I both recognize that everybody's gonna have different opinions about the situation, and that is okay. Like, that's what makes our world diverse and great. That's what makes the VTuber community as fractured as it is a great thing. We all have different opinions about everything, but we can all agree right now. We can all look at each other and go, yeah, death threats over this are not okay. Harassment over this is just not okay. And that's where we kind of step the line, right?
As someone said, you are you and Lily is Lily. But why not at the very least just come out to say that your design was inspired by Lily? The two of you can coexist in the VTuber space. You don't
honestly, I can't hear the talk-to-speech, so...
I think people are just upset
okay.
because
I'll
it
read it out
seems
to you.
like you're going out of your way to deny something that seems obvious.
I'm so sorry. I forgot it wasn't sending through my voice chat today. Hey, it's Gail said, hey, Lola. Somebody said, you are you and Lily is Lily. But why not at the very least just come out and say that your design was inspired by Lily? The two of you can coexist in the VTuber space.
My design was inspired by Lily. I've said that before and I'll say it again. I was very inspired by her. I think her design is beautiful and I love mine, I love hers. I'm going to be changing mine though. I do really agree with the people that are saying there's too many similarities. and obviously I'll be changing that.
So I do want to ask. I feel like before,
Yeah.
you said there wasn't any similarities. So are you kind of saying like that has changed now, like that opinion has changed, or your statement has
Uh,
changed?
what do you mean? Like on my first model, that was an adopt, so I couldn't like really comment on it. On this
After
model, I'm
considering
not saying
everything
we don't have
overall, it's
similarities
definitely
or
a
saying
fair
we
and
do.
normal
Well,
conclusion
I
with
am
a good
saying we do.
reasoning that this
What
drama
I'm
is
saying is
stupid.
that
A
we
shame
have
you had to
similarities,
change
and that's
models so
okay.
soon because of
But
this.
I think
But
that
unfortunately,
I have
knowing
too
how
many,
Twitter
and I've
is,
just not realized
this
that
might not be the
before.
last time this happens.
Gotcha.
Please
Okay.
God let me be wrong. Can we
I was
just get
trying
along
so hard
and
to
not
not
be
type in
idiots
chat.
like that one saying nonsense in
No
chat?
problem. I'm taking time
Be
to look into
better.
the situation.
Please.
Make sure my viewpoint has a solid foundation. Yeah, so from what I remember, and I don't have the post on hand, feel free to drop it if somebody does, but I do feel like there was, and before you had stated like, hey, like, my design is nothing's like Shylily, and then
Oh,
now
hi, Smol Lola.
you're saying
I
it
didn't
is.
expect to see you here.
Yeah.
Beside
I
114
think
heart Elara hearts Elara heart.
because I can't show
Thank you,
you
Dart.
some of the photos I sent my artist. But I would need to scroll through a lot of DMs to find that, and doing that on stream might take a while.
Yeah, that's okay, no problem. So, and I see here from Ronan 2 days ago on Twitter, you said you only took inspiration from Lily when it came to your tail, which I know you said earlier, right? So,
Oh, I might
would you
have
say
worded that wrong. That is absolute bullshit. I took quite a lot of inspiration, not really for her outfit. If I can see the thing, I didn't take inspiration for the thigh highs. A lot of people are pointing that out, but I think hers are very different. Like, no. For the skirts,
Gotcha.
I don't really believe they're that similar, other than the, what's it called, like frills at the bottom. But on my original design, or the sketch I sent my artist, the thingy was actually a different type of frills. It's been changed over time by my artist herself. But I like the change. I think it's super cute. Lily's shirt is like a sailor uniform, and mine is just a regular shirt, but with a bow on it. I like the bow. I can always remove that though. And the straps as well, I do believe, yeah, I took inspiration from her, but I can just remove those, like, that's fine.
So
for the
just
hair,
to make sure that I am 100% clear about this, and chat and everybody that is here. So, you did take inspiration from Lily for your model when it comes to a few design elements, and that is 100% true. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to clarify that information. So, thank you for clarifying. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, chat, keep it, please keep it. Kirby, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Chat, please keep it respectful. So I do want to ask. There was another allegation going around. Alara's so brave. Thank you, Misty. No, look, I'm just here to talk to Lola. That's it. Let's have a conversation. Like, so, my next question is about the name itself. A lot of people were kind of comparing. It's like, oh, Smol Lola, oh, Shylily, SL. Is that just like a coincidence? Like, how do you feel about that?
Small and Shy, I don't see the similarities there, other than obviously they both start with an S. I was more just looking at, what would be cute, what would be funny. Obviously, I can't just put my username as Lola. That would very obviously be taken at this point. And I can't do that, unfortunately. So I was looking around at other people's usernames and, just seeing what people had, and there was a lot of different ones. Like, I saw Buff Pup and I was like, oh, that's super cute. It's short, it works, it's nice.
Yeah,
and then I saw
absolutely.
one of my friends, her name is Small Meal, I think, something like that, Small Meal. I don't know how to say Meal, I think it's that. I was like, oh, that is adorable, small, like, cute.
Gotcha.
So I definitely took a lot of inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same way. Like, I wanted something short, like, Elara, like something that's very easy to remember, so, or kind of the alliteration, so I just get where you're coming from. what I was pointing out was that it's like Smol Lola, which is SL, and then Shylily, which is SL. So is that just like a coincidence?
It's a coincidence, but I can see why people would like that. I would change my username, but it feels a bit late now.
Sure, yeah,
honestly,
I got you.
Yeah. If you guys have
Guys,
any
I'm gonna
like
hold off
username
on
ideas,
TTS,
I would
by the
love
way.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on TTS for a little bit, guys. So, but we will be reading a lot of the stuff that you guys are posting here in just a second. So okay, I need to ask you for a favor though, really quickly.
Yes?
I unfortunately can't find it, but do you have a link to your logo?
I can try. I think I might have a PNG of it. Let me.
That would be.
A second.
Thank you so much. That would be absolutely
go.
fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, that should be it. I don't know if you got that.
Here, let me look here. Okay, here we go. So this is your oh god, the high quality.
it's like really
big. High quality. So this is of course your logo, right?
Yes.
Did you work with like a specific artist on this, or yeah?
I designed it myself.
I'm sorry. So, did you work with a specific artist on this or anything, or like, where did this one come from? If you're comfortable,
I designed of course, yeah. I designed it myself. Hold on. Let me try to find the username of the person that actually like made it into thingy. I have a lot of TMs, so let me see.
So let's go look here. Okay, I think a few people are talking about your logo. So let's look here. This is obviously the Shylily logo right here, right? So I kind of put this to the side. And how do you feel about this, like being like how do you feel about the similarities about this, like?
I don't like. I think they are ultimately quite similar, but most logos are like they follow the same kind of design. One thing I did take inspiration from her is the little tail that comes out on the Y. I wanted to incorporate that into mine because I thought it was literally adorable. I fucking love it.
I know you love the tail, and you said that. I gotta be real. I kind of see why some people are saying that, but also like it's not exactly a copy. I think that this one, like logos need to have a bit of their own like standout identity. But I think this one's maybe a little bit too nitpicky. I do get where you're coming from because it's like, oh, you're both vtubers, and there's obviously like there's tails and other stuff in it.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a little bit nitpicky. I think they're different enough where it's not like it's not too much of a thing that you should be attacked over. But so let's go back. Of course, we've been talking about this a lot. You talked about the name. You talked about the accent. Talked about everything here. So here is basically with the consensus that I think it is everybody. Logos are hard to not be similar. I don't know. Anyway, my logo's pretty crazy different, but then again, I'm very different. So here's like the summary that I wanna hit you with, and you tell me how you feel about it. All right. Between all of the stuff that we're talking about, the chat saying that I pointed out, that a few other people have pointed out as well. I don't even have a logo. You're fine, Monica. Well, just make a cinnamon roll and stick your model in there. Oh my God, Monica! You could have a cinnamon roll model! That could be your logo. You're welcome. So, I think the consensus is kind of like, this has happened multiple times, right? Like a lot of people have talked about the similarities. Thank you. I know you owe me a nickel for every time somebody sees your logo. People are talking about this has happened a few times. There's quite a few similarities. So, you said that you took inspiration from Shylily. So let me ask you, like, what is the message that you want to send out to everybody? It's just like, hey, like, I know that there's these coincidences and stuff, and that you're taking inspiration. What is like one message if you had for everybody to hear? What would you tell everybody?
I would probably just say, you know, I understand we have a lot of similarities, and I do genuinely apologize for that. I want to fix it, and I want to be more unique, and I'm super open to any, you know, recommendations or anything any people have. You can, I don't know, I'll maybe turn my DMs on again soon, but, you know, if there's anything crazy, hateful, I will be, you know, switching them off again. Uh, I
No, and
really
again, you don't
do,
deserve
yeah.
death threats over this, right? Like
Yeah, it's
even if
pretty
you
crazy.
disagree, they do not deserve death threats
I
over this,
think,
right? So
yeah, I think that I'm super open to any, like, ideas anyone has, and, you know, I just wanna be happy, I just wanna have a chill, safe community, and, you know, everyone is welcome here as long as you're nice, and just be chill on my streams, on my page, everything with me, and I'm chill, you know?
absolutely. I do have something in chat is asking, and you know, again, I feel like it's a little pushy to ask for that kind of stuff, chat. Um, but if you're comfortable with it, I'll ask, and you can say no. You're 100% okay to say no if you don't want to. Um, would you be okay sharing maybe one of those death threats? Kind of like
Uh,
a verification. If not, that's okay.
I s
I completely understand
I
why.
don't have, like, screenshots or anything. When I get messages like that, I usually report, block, and then obviously I switched my DMs off, so there's that too. But if I
Okay,
ever do get another one, I would be more than happy to obviously send
okay.
a screenshot.
Thank you for answering the question. So, yeah, yes, I know that she could still see those, but obviously she's not comfortable with it, chat. So, you know, leave it be. Um, so all in all, I think that I have asked, or at least covered all of the specifics that I want to. I
Yeah.
know that if you're okay with it, would you like to open questions to chat? It's completely up to you. I know if you want to go, you can go. If you want to stay, I want to be conscious of your time as well.
Maybe for, like, a few minutes, because I do
Yeah,
have,
a
appointments
doctor's
soon, and
appointment, right?
I can't miss that. I really
Yeah,
can't miss that.
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
open
So
to, you
chat,
know, if I'd
chat.
be
Now is
really
your
like
time.
to hear recommendations for like parts of my design, things like that.
Yeah, I think if I could tell you like from to you to me, right? Like just a personal like note about it.
Mm,
I think let's say that all of this is like an absolute coincidence, and you know, people are targeting you or harassing you over it, right? I think a lot of the
yeah,
stuff is so similar that as a creator, right? I would want to make sure that I do my part so that way I'm not compared because I want to stand out, right? I don't want anybody to compare me to anybody else anyway. So I think that it would be best for you to and like you're doing, really take a lot of those criticisms to heart. And you know, try to action it so that way this doesn't happen to you again.
yeah,
Because I want you to be your own creator, right? I want you to have your own success as you by yourself, not compared to anybody else. You know what I mean?
yes, of course.
Hey guys, thank you so much for everybody that's here, by the way. I've seen all of you. Just a reminder, this is a safe space. And guys, thank you so much for everybody here. Thank you for keeping it civil. I appreciate all of you. I see all of you guys. Hello. I promise you a chat here in just a little bit, but yeah, let's get into the questions, chat. Please fire away anything that you would like some extra clarification on.
Yeah.
Tomato Master says if you really care about switching it up, a bunch of incredibly generous people have made new character designs for you from the kindness of their hearts. Please make use of them. Apollo was so sweet to make this. I love this one so much. Like,
We were talking in DMs actually. I think it's beautiful, and I'll definitely
that's
be
great.
taking some of the aspects of it onto my new design.
That's great. I love that. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's a great idea, by the way. Yeah, Apollo cooked. Like, this looks so good.
It is.
Chat,
It's
what
so
else you got?
cute.
Sorry, I turned off TTS for a bit. Um, why did her voice accent change with a sudden design change, sounding more like Shylily? I think she already addressed this, Usami, but was there
Yeah.
anything that you wanted to clarify?
I have already addressed that twice. I'm not really
Sure.
sure what else to say about it, other than what I've already said, so...
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, use a new redesign that was made. I know he'll really stand out from the silhouette side and, some
Yeah.
of the other stuff. So I think that that's great. I do want to acknowledge again. I do want to acknowledge again that, obviously Smol Lola has taken the time to come on the stream. He's taking the time to talk about this chat. She's actively listening to what you're saying. She's taking the criticism to heart. So please keep that in mind. Obviously, like I think that that is very mature of you to do. So I'm sure that a lot of people will appreciate that. Obviously, when people continue to talk about this. The only thing I'm confused about, sorry if I already answered, I'm late. Lola says she wanted her 2.0 to be getting away from the Shylily stuff. But how come Shylily became a huge inspiration for their 2.0? I think it's a fair question. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. Wanted to make my new design more unique from my first one because a lot of people were putting out like the necklace and some other things. But I wanted to keep my design in a way that you can still recognize that it is me, like with the purple and with the big tail and the ears. Although I have changed some things. Like I have, a new necklace, I have different hairstyles, I have like these little fishy, what's it called, star jellies on my ear. And I know this design isn't exactly unique. I've had a lot of people bring that up, and obviously I've already said, but I am changing that.
Yeah, guys, please don't be rude. My mods are ready. They will take the shot. Like, we did already discuss that, Barry God. You're welcome to review the VOD if you want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, looking at this, right? Like, there's definitely similarities. There are some differences. Oh, yo, Rainbow, let's go. There's obviously some similarities and differences. I think that you saying, at least, like, to all of us, like, hey, I did draw inspiration from her, I think is a great step forward to at least, like, having an open discussion about this. So, you made a post specifically stating you wanted your 2.0 not to look like Shylily. You're saying that was not actually the case. Yeah, I think by what she said earlier, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but that she is saying that she did take inspiration. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hopefully I feel like this conversation can help people have a healthy discussion, actually, maybe move forward with stuff. And guys, her information is actually down below. So if you guys want to, feel free to follow her. Mods, can we get a shout out as well? You can follow her. Her name is down below. We're gonna get you a shout out. If you want to support Smol Lola, there will be the link for you guys. And I know you have a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna keep you too long. So I seriously thank you so much for coming by. This is actually my first VTuber review, like interview live. So thank you so much for this. I really do appreciate you taking the time to come and talk about this. And thank you for reaching out. If you have any questions or anything else, like please, like, shoot me a message. I'm more than happy to answer. And just, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your time.
Of course, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, of course. I'm gonna let you go now, but please have a wonderful rest of your day. And guys, just a reminder as well, do not send hateful harassment or death threats to this poor girl, all right? That is unacceptable, all right? Criticism is okay, but the rest of it's not okay, all right, guys?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, cutie. Anything else that you want to say? Any final words before I let you go?
Probably just, yeah, I'm super open to criticism. Please, like, it's really helpful, and I would appreciate if people could, obviously without being rude, but if there's any, like, design ideas or anything that you guys could help with, because I am not particularly good with design, it would be great, and I'll be opening my DMs, so if you guys have any recommendations or things you think are too similar and I should change, I'm super open to hearing that, and I really thank you guys for being nice.
Thank you for being here. Look, she did actually address that. I think we came to the agreement that that was probably not the best thing to do. And you know, it's a learning lesson, right? Nobody teaches you how to navigate Twitter or deal with criticism. So I do appreciate your answers on that, and thank you so much. All right, Cutie, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day. All right.
Thank you.
I'll message you a little bit later. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much to all my Ko-Fi and Discord boosters. If you want to see your name here, consider supporting with the Ko-Fi link below.